Hello. Forgive me for the delay, as usual. Getting the mood right. So that way we can just jump right into the reading. So we are doing a reading on Notorious B.I.G, basically. His anniversary, the anniversary of his death actually just passed like a couple of days ago. So we're definitely going to just take a look at his energy, see where he is at this present moment, and focus primarily on just, the situations that happened around his life, what he was feeling, different dilemmas that he's gone through, different situations like that. Just kind of had to like get the mood going. You know what I'm saying? Like just get the energy in the air and just feel good about celebrating his life. So I appreciate you guys for coming in and joining. I'm actually going through my Oracle deck because I want to find his card, and I think I found it. Okay. So the two cards that I'm going to show for my regular tarot, I'm actually going to use the King of Pentacles because, he's very Dawn-like energy. You know what I'm saying? Like very flashy, very, money-oriented. I know that he was like, on a cusp between like, I guess people would say he's a Gemini, but he probably has a bit of Earth in him too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just use this card because it kind of just describes his exuberance and his personality. Again, similar to the King of Pentacles, we are using the man holding a coin, all right? So everybody knows that Big was born in Brooklyn, New York, okay? His birthday is May 21st, 72, all right? So I'm just gonna shuffle up regular tarot, just see what he wants to talk about, what he's feeling. How does he feel in his present moment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does he want to primarily discuss? So this is just for him. All right, and then we're gonna shuffle one more time. And feel free to ask me questions below. Y'all know how this goes. Ask me questions below and I'll do my best to, do my best to respond to the questions that you all have. Alrighty, so let's begin because it's this is an interesting, what I'm looking at is very interesting. Okay, I'll just start off with like what's in the root with him. All right, so I'm gonna just pull out his card and show y'all. Here he is, right? So what we have currently in the root is the Two of Swords. And it's kind of, the way that I see it, it's like feeling conflicted upon his path and his decisions or specific choices. And not really feeling like he can, I guess, change certain decisions or certain paths or the trajectory of how his life has ended to the short matter of time that it's ended in. Again, Two of Swords, it's like trying to make peace with certain decisions, but still feeling like, this person, that Big, was at a crossroads towards the end of his life and trying to decide what was the best move because he felt conflicted, I'm assuming pertaining just to his travel and, just certain circumstances that were going on. And the feeling that I keep hearing, it's like I keep hearing certain things like, especially with this high priestess in the situation, it's like so many different people knew a lot of different secrets, but most of all, I think maybe he feels as if like he wasn't trusting his own intuition, given everything that he's gone through and everything that he felt, even though his subconscious mind did his best to communicate with him and tell him what's really going on and what he needs to be careful of. So I guess that's probably a part of, that regret that he's currently showing me. In his past, he's showing me the Sun card. Usually it's just like him kind of like focused on, the changes that he was going through, but also trying to look at it in a positive light. He's very happy about the amount of success and what he intended to do with his life and what he, set out to do with his life. And this is also indicating children as well, just looking after his children and seeing his children evolve and grow, and that's what makes him happy. On his crown, this is the 5 of Pentacles. So this is an indication to me that he feels as if the situation pertaining to his life, he felt like he was robbed, that he got like the short end of the stick with this particular deal, especially when it comes down to taking care of his family. He feels that maybe there should have been more given, that they should have had more, basically. And I guess maybe that's what kind of makes him feel, I don't know, just feel a bit glum about certain situations. In his subconscious mind, he's showing me the Hierophant. So basically, this is him doing his best in his subconscious mind to look past specific ordeals pertaining to finances and try to find spiritual clarity within himself in order to move forward with what needs to be said. And that's what I just keep hearing is like, I need to figure out what I need to do in order to get my voice out, or in order to communicate what I really want to communicate. All right. So this is the Chariot card. All right. This is still a situation to where this is communicating him being in the car, basically. Again, I kind of had this situation with Pot with the other reading from the night before, showing the Chariot card, him being on this journey. And kind of, like I said, wanting to probably be someplace else or go someplace else, but it's like you can't change the trajectory of the path that you've already chosen. It's like you're already locked into a situation, wanting to get away, wanting to escape, and I just keep hearing a couple of things like him probably in his mind saying, yo, drive the car, just, drive off or whatever. And then tragedy strikes. So 3 of Swords, heartbroken, hurt, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much hurt over his demise, hurt over the shortcomings of his life, hurt over the tragedy, basically. He's still harping on certain situations that still haunt him, I guess I would assume, because there's no, I guess like the feeling that I keep getting, it's like knowing the answers and it's still not good enough. Like no one's doing anything about it to resolve his situation. Heartbroken over decisions that he made that he probably thought that he could possibly change if he didn't leave and if he didn't, go out to LA, basically. But again, with this Hierophant card, even though he feels as if that he could have made a choice to change the trajectory, it's kind of showing that with the Hierophant card that this is kind of like a path that was supposed to be taken for whatever reason. This is supposed to be like a spiritual lesson for him, like making sure that this is like understanding a big spiritual lesson and getting that, understanding of what all of this means, basically, why certain things happen in his life. So that's for one. Let me see. I'm just gonna look at some questions. I'm sorry, just give me a minute. Hey, could you consider doing a reading on, I'm assuming, is that Prince? Yes, absolutely. I'll definitely put it up there. I'm just kind of going through the list of people, or for what people have voted. If you, like I said, I'll probably do another poll, and then you guys can vote, and eventually I'll get to each person. I will get to them. So just give me 1 second. Let me see. How does he feel about Bad Boy now? All right. So let me use my other deck right here. All right. So we're going to use that deck. We're going to talk about Bad Boy, right? How does he feel about Bad Boy Entertainment now? How does he feel about Bad Boy Entertainment? In the circumstances pertaining to Bad Boy, how does he feel about Bad Boy Entertainment? Well, this is interesting because it's like indecisiveness and walking away are at the bottom of the deck. So I'm just like, interesting, you know, like maybe he was thinking about moving forward or doing something different. And kind of when I'm turning over these cards, it's starting to make a little bit more sense to me. And I'm going to be very candid and honest about what it is that I'm seeing. So, you know, if people don't like it, it is what it is. But my cards just tell me what time it is. So let's begin. We have his card here. On his crown is him finding balance with certain decisions that he made and understanding that this is like more so of a karmic situation that he's going through. And the reason why I say that is, again, feeling comfortable with his surroundings. Whenever we see the garden and the gate, it's usually feeling comfortable within your surroundings, but knowing that there's more that you can seek outside. But you're kind of, you know, stuck between trying to, you know, take that key off and unlock yourself out of a situation. Okay. So in the past, he's confirming to me that there's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. And this is within his own circle, because we're talking about Bad Boy. We're talking about people who couldn't understand how someone like him, he's just like someone like me, you know, could have so much success or so much notoriety amongst my community or so much respect amongst people. Because of the way that he was or how he looked or just different things. But his voice, the way that he was with his voice, like, you know, the way that he was with his lyricism, he was extremely, you know, clever, just a very clever character with his lyricism, and just drew you, you know, into everything that he was saying, because he was, you know, preaching his own ghetto story. And that's just what it was. Like, he really embodied Brooklyn. He was really much, you know, very much into the street, but this was something that was kind of happening that he felt like for some time now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even from the point of not actually having like a record deal or anything like that, people just knew that he had something that a lot of people couldn't handle. They just couldn't handle it. But he kept trying to persevere and push through anyway. And the reason why I say that is because he's showing me the cornucopia card, to where it's like, you know, business is business. I made my bed, or I did what I had to do with business. I took what was given to me. That's what I keep hearing. I'm taking what's given to me, and I'm making a living out of my life and taking care of my family. And that's just the circumstances that I was placed in, and I just ran with it. Like, that's just what I keep feeling. So I'm going to show you what's in the situation. And this is what's interesting in the situation, because it's the appreciation card. Feeling as if you're not appreciated enough. Usually whenever we see this appreciation card, this is more so of an indication, more so than beyond just leaving a legacy behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is more so about family, people that say that they're your family, people that do business with you, people that are supposed to give more, you know, to your own family than taking for themselves. So I'm assuming he just kind of feels a bit underappreciated with the amount of work that he's done, because again, it keeps coming up this way, where he keeps showing me the financial constraint card. Like, feeling like, it's like, if you look at this financial constraint, you see that it's like a kind of like a chest, right? And it has like a few coins in it or whatever. And he thinks that this should have been filled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this should have been something, you know, to where it's supposed to provide financial security upon generations and generations to come. And it just seems as if somebody is taking a majority of that success. And that's kind of what's creating a bit of concern for him. Showing me Archangel Michael and, you know, just doing his best to find healing in the root, basically trying to understand that financial success isn't everything, but at the same time too, he's like, I know, but it's like him having a conversation and saying, I know, but I still have to feed my family. I still want to make sure that my daughter has everything. I want to make sure my mama said, he's still focused on, you know, situations pertaining to, you know, this realm, you know, and feeling as if, you know, he wants to just do more. All right, so here we go. This is the temple path. Him finding spiritual peace as much as he can with the circumstances that he's dealt with. He's torn between doing both, because I'm going to tell you right now, he's like kind of showing me the hostility card. This hostility card is usually feeling like I want to be peaceful, but then at the same time too, I want to fight for more. I want to fight for something more. I want something to be done to where my family is actually doing their best to fight for more. Because somebody within that particular camp or within that situation is being greedy with his image, is being completely greedy and deceptive with his image and wanting to just take more than what they actually deserve. But he feels kind of tied up and bound into this situation because of either previous contracts, dealing with, you know, previous situations, and he's not too sure what to do about it. But he's really hoping that somebody actually takes, you know, that actually musters up the nerve to actually speak up and get, maybe it's masters, maybe it's certain publications, maybe it's certain percentages, but somebody speaks up on his behalf, and knowing that he gave a lot more. He gave so much more of his life for a bigger cause, for his family, but also for a franchise. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is something that should be fought for, is basically what I keep getting from him. Let me see the questions really quick. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling through. Okay, I'm trying to just see which one I can look at. I follow someone that was around him all the time, and what you are saying, Queen, is accurate so far. I appreciate it. Did I say anything about Diddy yet? Let me go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna use my other deck. Okay, so I made sure to write Diddy's birthday down, so I'm gonna go back to this. So this is Big. All right, we got Big right here. And then I'm just gonna find the card for Puff. His birthday, yeah, all right, cool. I'm sorry, I just have to I have to like talk to my cards, like, okay, which one do I use? And they're like, this one. So this is gonna be Puff, all right? Knight of Cups, he's a Scorpio. His birthday is November 4th, 69, all right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place Puff on Big's crown, and I want to see what he has to say, how he feels about it, okay? I like doing readings like that because it's like I can pick up certain interpretations and things like that, but it feels good. It feels good to let people speak on their own sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's a good thing to just like let people just kind of like express themselves, you know, through tarot, and trusting that they can interpret the energy the right way. You understand what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and see how see how Big feels about Puff. What are his feelings towards Puff Daddy, towards P. Diddy, towards Sean Diddy Combs? What are his feelings with that? All right, so let's see what we have. All right, so here we go. This is something that's like interesting again. So here we go. Here he is, and the first person that he's bringing up when it comes down to Diddy He's placing his mother in the root. He's focused on the well-being of his mother. In the past, Diddy was definitely very generous, always giving, always making sure that people were taken care of. And I'm assuming he's showing his appreciation for the fact that those things were taken care of. He's showing me right here, so this is Diddy. He's putting the Ace of Cups here. There's always going to be probably this level of respect on some level for giving him his opportunities. A new level of trying to understand who he is as a person. But the one thing that he keeps pointing out is the fact that he's showing me the Ace of Wands in the situation. Meaning that things should have been taken care of on a business aspect. So this Ace of Cups is more like an emotional aspect. He's very generous. He was given to my family. He took care of my family. But with this in a situation, it's kind of saying that things aren't as swift, or things aren't happening the way that it's supposed to happen, basically. Like certain business deals, or certain levels of generosity should have probably been given more to his mother or to his family. And the reason why I keep saying that is because it's showing me the possession card. Financial possession. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of an iffy thing, because it's like the relationship is like, this person looked out for me, this person was there for my career, but the issue is that now that this person is gone, it's turned into, what can I hold? What can I possess? You understand what I mean? What can I keep to myself to keep certain aspects of my own personal career relative because of this particular circumstance? Okay, so moving forward, the Four of Cups, it's a level of bit of complacency, because he seems to question a couple of things. And I'm gonna pull this card up, because if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but this card, this Knight of Wands from yesterday's reading, this was supposed to be another big, a big record label owner. A big record label owner. Right? 2 record label owners, 4 of Cups. Okay? Bit of a situation to where it's just like, ain't nobody really gonna see what's really good, right? Whenever you see this 4 of Cups, it talks about a bit of complacency and making sure that no one really sees what's really behind the fog, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna just leave it at that, all right? Because I feel like when it comes down to this situation, I feel as if certain conversations were had, and you know what I'm saying? Again, what can people benefit? What can people benefit from this man's death? What can people benefit from Tupac's death? You know what I'm saying? What can they benefit if let's just say the feds are already like, you know what? We already got this whole, the media's already portraying this huge, you know what I'm saying, East Coast versus West Coast war, right? They're already portraying that. That's all marketing. If you have, you know what I'm saying, the main dude on here just saying, just giving praises to Brooklyn, right? And then you got Snoop coming up there, kind of instigating the whole situation, oh, East Coast ain't got no love for West Coast, you know what I'm saying, during the Source Awards and everything like that. And you have this big motherfucker telling you, you know what I'm saying, get your ass on stage and say something. I'm just trying to understand, what people, you know what I'm saying, what people think that this shit really is. The only person that really won out of this whole situation is this person right here. This is the main person who won the most out of this situation. Again, I'm gonna show you 3 cards right here. Again, juggling with finances. And I'm assuming this is a situation even dealing with faith too, because again, this is like a bit of complacency to where certain things were laid out pertaining to Big and making sure that certain things were taken care of for her son. And I feel like, I'm gonna say it like this. I feel like Faith is more taken care of than other people in his family. I'm just gonna say it like that. And it's just kind of a little unfair. You know, she's been taking care of herself. She's held it down. She's doing her thing. But it's just a matter of feeling like there should be more that's done on the other side. It's like one see right here, it's like one person's getting a bigger coin than the other one. You know, that's just kind of what it looks like. Especially given the circumstances of you know, marriage, different elements like that. It's just kind of like, it's like the way that he will want it to go is like, forgive me, but like split between like 3 people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to his merch, when it comes down to his records, when it comes down to just the ownership of everything, what is it that he can actually pass on and give to his family? That's just what he seems to be talking about, and making sure that, you know, those things happen. Let's see. Again, it's just like the situation was destined to happen, but it still creates like a level of restlessness, feeling trapped, not feeling like you can really do anything because certain people know secrets. You know what I'm saying? The Moon card is all about secrets, trying to get those secrets to be spoken up about. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't people speaking about these secrets? But he's also saying that these are people that are amongst friends and family that know these secrets. People that are close to him that know secrets about what happened to him. So, yeah, that's what that is. That was heavy. Let me just see something else. I'm sorry, I'm just like kind of going through, going through the questions really quick. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling, so be patient with me. Just making sure I catch everything. Oh, how does he feel about Faith and Stevie J? All right, I'm gonna ask about that. And then I promise you guys, like if I haven't read your question yet, I'm gonna get to your question, so just give me a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna find Faith's card. I actually saw her that like she actually came out already. So I'm just gonna find her card again, and then I'm just gonna find a card for Stevie. Okay, I'll use that one. But really quick, like I usually do closer to the 30-minute mark, I always put my plug in. So you all can always reach out to me and hit me up at Queen Prodigy 0369 on Instagram. Links are actually in the description of my page. You can also reach out to me at Queen Prodigy 369 at Gmail for personal consultations for readings. They do cost $40 for 30 minutes, and you may make payment through Zelle, PayPal, or Google Pay with that email, or use Cashapp at Queen Prodigy 369. Again, if you do not have it like that, I understand financial constraints, but please feel free to like, subscribe, and share my video so that way other people can see my talent and kind of get to know me as a person and see how I am as a psychic. All right, enough of the plug. Let's get back to the story, shall we? All right, so we're using This is Faith, and we're going to use This is Stevie J. I'm going to place the both of them together on Big's crown, okay? So basically placing this on his thoughts to figure out how he feels about this situation, right? All right, so let me shuffle up the cards. And yes, whoever was asking me, was I playing John B in the background for Tupac's reading? Yes. Unfortunately, right about now, it's actually playing like, not unfortunately, but I was playing like some big music in the background, and I feel like Pac's energy is like taking over my YouTube. So I'm gonna just let that be, but we're definitely gonna get into that subject as well. So y'all just be patient. But let's just focus on Faith Evans and focus on Stevie J's marriage. I know Faith's birthday is June 10th, 73. I know that, isn't Homeboy a Scorpio? That's as much as I know about Stevie J, because I know he Mr. Freaky, Mr. Jodeci Freaky, so I know he is Scorpio. So I'm just gonna see what that is about, just see what the situation is and how he feels about the marriage between him and Stevie. Honestly, I felt like I was having like a side conversation about that earlier. And it was kind of funny because I was just like, it's like mixed feelings, but at the same time too, it is what it is. Like, that's the main thing. He's like, whatever, it is what it is. That's the main thing that I heard. Again, Eight of Cups is in the root. Just an indication, like, emotionally moving on, moving forward, from the relationship that he had or whatever. He's kind of showing me, again, placing both of them on the crown together, and he's putting the lover's card in the subconscious mind. So he's just like, happy for them, I guess, just let them do their thing. It is what it is. In the subconscious mind. I think that he's always going to have a love for Faith. Like, that's always going to be there. But I think that he's more so like, if she's happy, as long as she's happy and with her choices and her decisions, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we always are going to have like fond memories and great times together, because there was just like this level of, how can I say it? It's like, even in their own personal marriage, it was a situation to where, yeah, it was tumultuous, it was crazy, but there were times where it was very playful and happy, and just like, that's my homegirl, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could get, really, really eye to eye with each other and talk about things, and she would allow him to kind of like open up and get out of his shell a bit, because he would always boast like this level of confidence, which is what he did as an artist. But I think that she was able to really get into his vulnerable space. So I think that's why there's always going to be that love there, between them. And he understands, like, hey, I got to move out of the way. I got to do what I got to do or whatever. But I think that there's always going to be like this natural chemistry and this natural love between them. Like, he's like, that's never going to fade, no matter who takes my place, no matter who takes my destiny, placing the star card in the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of reflecting on, like I said, reflecting on the marriage and just feeling like, hey, that could have been me if certain things were different, or maybe if I wasn't acting like this, or, I was immature. You know what I'm saying? Within time, you have this space of actually reflecting on how people move on in life. And it's just a matter of like, damn, that could have been me, but hey, it is what it is. I gotta move again. I gotta move on. Eight of Cups, like, can't fucking cry over spilt milk. Just keep it pushing. That's just kind of his attitude. So he's, again, showing me like victory, happy for her success. And he's also saying that Faith ain't no dummy though. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. My wife is not fucking stupid. That's still his wife. I'm sorry. No offense, Stevie. But that's forever going to be his wife. He's like, my wife ain't fucking stupid. Because damn right, and made sure that anything pertaining to the marriage or anything like that from our previous situation ain't going to be involved in this. So he's making sure that she's protecting herself financially, and covering herself on all bases. And so he's kind of like giving her kudos for that, for making sure that that's not going to be a fucking situation, basically. That she's being very smart about her business, and when it comes down to his affairs. So that's how he feels about that. All right, let's see some other questions. Man, it is like hot up in here. Maybe I'm just sweating right now. I'll turn the AC off. Sorry. Oh, it's very factual so far. Thank you so much, GP. I really appreciate that. Wonder how he feels about the movie. I'm sorry. The Notorious movie, the industry, and what the industry did on him or did to him. And then I'm assuming that's kind of like in reference to, did you think Diddy was involved? So I'm gonna kind of like mush all of those together, I guess. Just kind of mush all of those together and get back to it, basically. I'm just making sure I didn't miss nobody else. I don't think I missed anybody else. If I did not see your question from before, please feel free to post it below. So let me find out how he feels about the movie, okay? How do you feel about the Notorious B.I.G. movie? How do you feel about the Notorious B.I.G. movie? Are you satisfied with it? Were you happy about its portrayals? How do you feel? Alright, so I'm gonna just shuffle this up. Alrighty. Alright. I'm sorry, I'm just like turning over a couple of things because he seems to be talking a lot. So I just want to make sure that everything is kind of like out there, basically. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so here he is right here, right? I think that, see, I'm just going to start off with the past because it's kind of showing me the Nine of Pentacles. Like when this originally started, it was an aspect of like feeling like, okay, yeah, this is for my family. This is something that they can all collaborate on, get together with. In the past, he's showing me that he was comfortable with this situation. But in the root, this is in contrary to what's happening. Again, having a situation to where he feels like there should have been more given financially. He just keeps stressing that over and over again. Like, yo, how people gonna do a movie on me? I should be getting, you know, this cut or whatever the cut is, and certain people shouldn't be benefiting as much as they are. And he's a little upset about that. He just keeps talking about money. I mean, that's what he likes to talk about. He likes to focus on money and making sure that everything's taken care of. The Tower card is on his crown. Which is like, again, a disruption in his own personal life. So this probably brought back memories for him with the Six of Cups and just kind of, you know, reminiscing on certain stories. It just feels a bit traumatic, you know what I'm saying? A little traumatic and not feeling like, you know, he could even put in his own 2 senses. And the reason why I say that is because the Three of Wands is in a situation missing the opportunity to like really tell his own story, his way, and really express certain struggles that he was going through. And that's what it is. He feels like when it comes down to Faith, Faith did her best to portray certain situations appropriately. And he feels very solid about that. He feels pretty comfortable about that. So she did a good job doing her best to portray the story, or just try to, you know, get in between and say, like, this is what it is. I think that certain people close to him, like his daughter, you know, she didn't have much of a big role in, you know, in the production. And I think maybe that's something that probably got to him, like wanting her to have more of her face out there. Because I know her, you know, his son was definitely like a key figure in the movie, but just kind of wanting the daughter, you know, to be out there. And sorry, I'm just like turning over these cards really quick, and I'm trying to figure out who certain people are. He was not happy about, I'm assuming he's symbolizing this as Tupac. He was not happy about the portrayal with that, feeling defeated. Feeling like this wasn't a completely accurate portrayal of him. Feeling as if like it just made it, he's like, yo, it just made it real fucking corny, and I don't like that shit. Like, that's just what I'm hearing. Like, he's like, I don't like the way that portrayal went out, because it just seemed like the character that they put out for him was just very irrational, which Pop was wild. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a wild dude, but I think that maybe when you're reflecting on something, when you're dealing with, you know, two black men that lost their lives, and you actually see that there's actually more to them than this character, you know what I'm saying? Like this basic personification of what a man is, you know what I'm saying? Or how certain people are perceived as if they're not intelligent. You understand? And this is just like some basic ratchet hip hop bullshit. There were no winners in that situation, is what he's saying. There's no winners. Again, the driving force with his mother, feeling like she did her best to justify her role in this as much as she could. And she was very, very precise about certain things and expressing her son in details. And he appreciates that. And he's like, I talk to my mother. I speak to my mother all the time. Like, I see her in dreams. I talk to her real quick. I sit in the living room and just talk to her and see her. And so I'm just happy that she was able to be a part of what she could tell within the story. And that means everything to me, because she means so much to me. All right, moving forward. He is bringing up Kim. He's talking about his situation with Lil Kim. Okay, there's so many figures in his story. It's crazy. You know, it's about feeling, she feels a bit isolated, you know what I'm saying? A bit singled out, like not feeling like she was really in the creative aspect of his life. And he is saying, you know, even within my own creation of becoming the artist that I was, and even making the artist that she is, you know, we had a very strong business partnership together, and he agrees with her on some level that you know, this is something that should, you know, she should have had something more to say. You know, there should have been certain things that should have been listened to around the table. But I think what the situation was, and I'm gonna show y'all, because again, dealing with his mom, dealing with other women, it gets a little complicated, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? You can't have everybody at the table, even though they can't put their differences aside, and that, you know, you're regurgitating memories, or you're, you know, putting out different aspects of what happened in this man's life that means so much to everybody. And it's like overwhelming. That's kind of what he's showing me. Like, certain things are just like so overwhelming. Like, you know, I lived my life the way that I wanted to live it, but people will still try to, you know, possess over how certain dialogues or how certain conversations are going. And I guess, you know, he's showing me that he didn't like it. He just didn't like, you know, the fact that, you know, it's like, in his opinion, it's like, you know, what, 65%, you know, was decent. But, you know, it's just like little things, little situations dealing with Kim, little situations dealing with, you know, with Pac, you know, little things. It seems little, but it seems significant to him, because he's extremely specific, is what I'm showing. Like, he's extremely specific about what he wants to talk about, or how certain things are being portrayed within his life, you know? And it's not, he's like, yo, my life is not some fucking Lifetime movie, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my life isn't no fucking Lifetime movie. I wouldn't have cared if they taken all damn day, all damn year to figure out how this movie was supposed to be done appropriately. It's like, again, in the beginning of his life, very, very to the core, very to the heart, very, you know, very good. But he's just like, certain things just kind of got a little lackluster in between, and he doesn't like it. So let me see. I love your readings, Queen. Thank you, babes. Let me just see what's up. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to like figure out if there are any other questions that I didn't get to go through, because I know I answered a lot. Oh, somebody was asking about Was Diddy involved? Oriah, I ain't forget your question. But I do want to talk a little bit. Let me see what this is, what this person is saying. So basically, it's so crazy right now. Like the music that's playing in the background is like a mixture between Pac and Big. I swear, it's like crazy. One More Chance was just playing. It's like going back and forth between the both of them. And I think maybe there's, you know, there's a bit of, you know, peace right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they good. You know, they're fucking good. Like maybe that's just how I should take it. Let me just have a quick sip really quick. Right here. Y'all want to know what I'm sipping on? All right. You know what I'm saying? I got my little vanilla chai mixed with coconut milk and a little sippy sip that I ain't gonna talk about, but it's for grown folks. You know what I'm saying? So this is so good. I want to focus on this really quick because I know we did Puff for a minute. I really want to talk about Kim. I want to talk about his relationship with Kim, okay? So I just kind of feel like maybe this might kind of like let him express how he felt again about the movie or about his situation with Kim. Kim's birthday, I know, if I remember correctly, it's July 13th. I can't remember the year. You know what I'm saying? I cannot remember Kim's year, but I think it's July 13th is her birthday. I know she had cancer. So I just want to see how his relationship with Lil Kim was. You know what I'm saying? And just focus on that situation with Lil Kim and Big. All right? All right, so let's turn over these cards. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Wow. This is heavy, y'all. This is really heavy. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. Wow. You know? Okay, that makes so much sense. Okay. All right, so let me just show you guys the cards. So we got Kim right here. We got Big right here. He's saying that she be asking for him to come see her, like to be around her and to protect her. And he happily obliges to do that because Archangel Michael is showing me like a force of protection on this physical realm. So I feel like she really, whenever she's in the need of like wanting some sort of advice or needing some sort of, you know, confidence or just trying to figure out what to do, she really reaches out to him. Oh, okay, so let me see. Kim is 45 years old. Her birthday is on 7/11. Oh, okay, well, my bad. I thought it was the 13th. 7/11. 74. Well, I mean, as long as I'm focused on the energy the right way, we all know who we're talking about. So I'm glad that you corrected that for me. So yeah, just really wanting him to be around, you know, wishing that he was still here, but she really reaches out to him. And the only reason why I say that is because she sees him like again, this is healer of the ages, you know what I'm saying? Seeing him as someone that's like this immaculate figure, you know, someone that was special, and she always knew that he was special, and she always knew that he was of greatness, you know what I'm saying? And she just really, I just kind of feel like the only reason why I just get all emotional is because of this card, heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? Wishing that things were different, wishing that certain situations were different. Because I feel like she's really suffering without him. She's really going through it without him. And I think it's mutual. They both have like a very strong energy towards each other. And it's unexplainable. Like that's what he keeps saying. It's unexplainable. It's, you know, it's very heartbreaking. Because I feel like she really tried to have a conversation with him about something, you know, towards the end of his life, especially going out to LA. And I know that things were rocky between the two of them, but she, like, the conversation that I keep hearing is like, it's like, you know, she wants more from him. She expects more from him. And he's just making, okay, now I feel like I'm about to cry. Maybe I'm just like picking up on her energy. Ooh. Anyway, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? When you look at a man and you're just like, you know, somebody, this man can be with anybody else. This man can go anywhere in the world. He could do whatever he wants to do. But my heart, like, I'm always going to look out for him and love him regardless of his circumstances or his situations because I just love him. You know what I'm saying? And she feels heartbroken because it's putting, again, the cornucopia is in a situation feeling like it's like I keep hearing putting business before love, putting business before love. You know what I'm saying? Like her telling him don't go, you know, like don't leave, don't go, like just stay, please stay. I know that we you know, we're not on the best of terms. You get on my nerves. I can't stand your ass sometimes, but I don't think that this is the right move for you to do right now. So she's really hurt about that, you know, really harboring a lot of pain from that situation. And it really broke her. It really broke her. They have an interesting bond here. Again, yin and yang. They have a very interesting bond. Like they feel like they have some sort of spiritual connection with one another. And it really shows because Archangel Raphael is showing me the heart chakra. She's leaving her heart open for him. And it's like I keep sensing with her, let me just put this down really quick. With Kim, it's like I keep sensing like, you know, I can talk to other men, I can date other men, I can fall in love with other men, but there's just, it just won't, this feeling that I have between me and this man, it just won't go away. Like, it just won't fucking go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just won't leave. Like, the amount of love that she has for him, it just won't go away. And he has that love for her in return, too. You know, this is about the both of them. He leaves his heart open for her, too. So, and this is an interesting dynamic because he's talking about how the sexual chemistry between the both of them, and this is very private, but I'm gonna just like, whatever, put it out there. They still have a very strong sexual chemistry or sexual desire to one another, and that's what created most of like the artistic creativity between the two of them. And I just kind of feel like he's just like, I wish that she would just get back into that space and just focus on our times together and how much fun that we had. You know what I'm saying? How playful things are, because she's taking shit too seriously. I want her to still feel like I'm still around, you know? So, right here, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. He's always tried to heal her, try to bring positive memories to her about their situation or about their life, but he can't. It's like I feel it's like I keep hearing him say she's unconsolable. A lot of anxiety, a lot of hurt, upset, just pain, you know, just missing him, wanting him to be around. And, you know, it's tumultuous, just kind of like dealing with the anxieties of what she could have done to change certain circumstances. And he's like, baby girl, you can't change shit. He's like, you know, you can't change this. Like, this is the game. Like, this is what it is. And you know better. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that he really wants, you know, you to make that choice and that decision to make peace with certain situations. I'm going to show y'all a couple of cards again. So many different doorways, so many different things that she's thinking about doing as far as speaking up or saying something about his life, but feeling apprehensive about it because she knows that there are a lot of snakes in the background that will try to shut her down, that will try to stop her from speaking out or saying how she feels. And she knows that, you know, it's like a conflicted energy, like a very conflicted energy in her mind, because she's showing me in my mind, I'm stuck in my mind, like it's hard to get this out of my spirit, you know what I'm saying? Archangel Uriel is usually talking about what's in the seventh chakra, seeing him in dreams and different things like that, but really wanting to get certain things off of her spirit, but she feels completely bound and attached to old circumstances, you know, that she can't control and that she feels conflicted about because she she has, she's gained her success from situations, but with the music industry and everything. So it's like, again, putting on a face, like everything is all good, but when you take the face off, you're glum. You're not happy. You're just not happy because you want what you want back. You know what I'm saying? And she really does her best to like connect with him in dreams. They dream a lot. They have a lot of different, dreams together, but it's very complicated, dealing with the fact that when you come back to the physical reality of how things are, she feels helpless. Again, I was saying before, all tied up, not knowing what to do, feeling restricted, not being able to say how she really feels about their relationship, or what she thinks about what happened to him, basically. And he understands that. He's like, I understand how you feel. I understand what you want because you do anything for me and I love you for that. But I just want you to focus on this. This is the final card, door to romance. Like, I'm always going to love her. Like, there's just a love between us that nobody's really going to understand. And he's like, I can't understand it because I love, I love my wife, but I really love Kim. Kim knows the shit out of me. Like, she knows me. She's been around me. She really knows me. And it's very hard and complicated. So this is what it is. They just have, that love, and maybe in the next lifetime or in the next situation, there will be the opportunity for connection or for love. Look at that. This is the crazy thing. See this right here? This will probably be fake because that would match the fact that they were married. Look at that lover's card. He can't decide between the two. I can't make this up. She can't, like he just can't. Like, he can't choose. He refuses to choose. He loves them both. Like, look at this. He loves them both. Like, it is what it is. I don't know what else people want me to say, but that's just what it is, basically. And was she ever pregnant? I believe she was at one point in time. I mean, I can ask about that. Let me use my other cards. Because, like, this is, like I said, I like making sure that when I'm speaking about something that the cards are matching what I'm saying before, like, even before or after I say it, whatever way. I just want to make sure that it's, like, what it is. Let me see. Yeah, you'll be able to post it on her social media, like, once I finish the live. So I'm just going to go through doing the live really quick. I know y'all have so many questions. Oh my God, I feel like this is going to be like an hour and 30 minutes. And I was supposed to get to the other reading, but whatever, I don't care. We going to get to all the readings tonight. It's just going to be a juicy night tonight. I'm sorry. So we're asking about the pregnancy. And also, if you wanted to ask about Charlie, Baltimore, can you please, I don't know her birthday, okay? So I didn't look up her birthday or anything. I just looked up Faith's birthday, and I kind of knew that Kim's a Cancer, so that's what it is. So I'm gonna ask, was Kim ever pregnant? All right. Again, I appreciate whatever support and donations that you guys can give, because this is what I do, truly. I love entertaining y'all, but it makes me happy to know that I am appreciated for what I do. So, let's see if Kim was actually pregnant. Was little Kim pregnant when she was with Big? Alrighty, one more time. Alright. So let's turn this over. Wow, okay. Damn. This is heavy. I already feel it from the energy in the cards. She's saying this is something that was unsuspected. Okay, like this is something that's unsuspected. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate you, baby, for Cashapping me. I appreciate that, babes. Unsuspected, you know what I'm saying? Like, things happen. They're young. They didn't know what's going on, but it's unsuspected. Because the full card is usually kind of going down on a journey and not knowing where things are going, or, you know, certain situations happen, you know, when people messing around or whatever. Now, here's the thing. This is kind of showing me dictation from people in the past, and y'all already know which card this is. This is Puff's card. Maybe this has a lot to do with certain influences. And I feel like I'm getting, like, I gotta, like, focus on Kim. I swear, like, I feel a little overwhelmed and upset because this was something, she's placing the Ace of Cups in a situation, so this was something that she was excited about herself. But other people weren't excited for her. This is getting emotional. I feel very emotional about this. Having to say goodbye, having to let this situation go when it comes down to her baby, her child, and putting career over everything, feeling defeated, putting money, you know, putting priorities of money and career and success over everything because of certain decisions that were being made. Feeling unsure and feeling like she made a mistake about certain things because she thinks about that, like, and she feels, and I don't know how she feels, but I just feel in my heart like she thinks about, if this, she's like, my son, like, you know, what if, you know, I just keep feeling like she would have had a son, you know what I'm saying? A little boy. And she's just a bit conflicted, just very conflicted about certain situations pertaining to that. So I'm gonna just leave it at that, basically. So it's very hard. And again, and see, here's the thing. This right here, y'all are saying certain things about what she had. This card at the bottom of the deck is confirming that that's the case, because the Nine of Swords usually talks about, you know, pregnancies that don't come to full term, actually. So my cards ain't playing. My cards ain't playing with y'all today, okay? Let me see. Just trying to go through it. Okay, so really quick, Charlie Baltimore. You said, oh, look, and her card came up right away. I guess he is in tune tonight. He is not playing tonight. He's like, let's do this. He's ready. Okay. So we're going to shuffle up for Charlie Baltimore really quick. I just want to make sure I'm, like, going through everybody's, like, making sure I'm getting everybody's stuff. So we're going to do Charlie. And then I'm going to get back to the scenario pertaining to someone was asking me something about Puff. I didn't forget about you, Araya, I promise. And then somebody said something else about Tupac, but I'm trying to find it. And I'm not too sure where it is. So maybe I'm just not meant to find it right now. But again, if you guys have questions, please feel free to post the questions below. All right? So let's just focus on Charlie Baltimore and Big. What is his relationship between Charlie Baltimore and Big? How does he feel towards her? Does he have anything that he needs to say to her? And let's just get into that. All right, one more time. I'm telling you, this man is not easy. He is not easy. He is not easy at all. He is not easy. He's something else. He is something else. It makes me laugh because, like I said, here we go. So I got these two, right? I got these two. This is in the root, lover's card. He loves her. There was, you know, that's what it is. And see, again, it's just so complicated because he's like, I know I had 3 of them, man. Like, I know and he probably had more than that, but these was, you know, the main ones. Like that's Faith, you know, or, you know, have, listen, I don't want to get into politics, okay? I ain't trying to say one cup is bigger than another cup or whatever it is, but it's like he's kind of saying the love that I had, I loved all of them. Like there was, you know, we were lovers. There was a lot of things that I learned from her. You know, she taught me how to kind of be creative and inspire me to do so many things and learn, you know, just different aspects about hip hop and about the game. And I think that he's kind of showing me in the past, it's like the Knight of Swords is kind of like, it's kind of like, I feel like feeling reminiscent about like talking about just old school stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he feels like he could really talk to her about like his upbringing, how they both kind of came up. And it was just kind of like having like this like strange situation to where even though they didn't go to the same school together, but she just felt like somebody that was like from around the way. And it just seemed like, again, I think that that's just like the love that they all had like for him, is that most of these girls are like, you know, they're hood girls. Even Faith, she a hood chick or whatever it is, but there's just something that each of them have within their own personality that made it very accommodable for him to express himself in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Kim was the one that was more, you know, taking care of his freakier side. Maybe, you know, dealing with Charlie, this was a situation to where they could just like really talk about, you know, learning different things or just, you know, schooling each other on different situations when they were coming up. And maybe Faith was more of the nurturer, the mother, you know, like each of them had like their own position. Like that's just kind of what he's showing to me. Each of them had their own position. And I don't know if this has actually happened or not, because I'm just going to assume that this is Faith again. But it's like word got around. It's like, I don't know if they have had like a conversation in private. But he's talking about like the opportunity of certain conversations to happen privately. And it seems like that this might be a decent idea for different opportunities. But he feels like it's not really going to be that successful because they still have their own issues, basically. They still have their own personal feelings. And he's hoping that, you know, certain things just don't get out of control, basically. Like wanting there to be unity, you know what I'm saying, between the women that he loves, but he knows. He's like, I know what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to expect no miracles or nothing. Like, I already know what it is. Like, I know their personalities, basically. Like, that's just what it is. So let me see. I'm sorry. Just going through questions really quick. How does he feel about what happened between him and Tupac? Okay. So I got that. I'm going to find, funny enough, I'm going to use this card, actually. Because I used this card for Pac in the past. Actually, let me see. I'm going to use my Oracle deck. I like switching, going back and forth between my decks because it gives them a chance to kind of like relax, basically, you know? So I'm going to find a card for Pac, okay? Sorry, I just gotta go through these really quick because it makes me a bit more comfortable to hone in on the energy. All right, I got them. So, let me show y'all. We're gonna use this card for Pac. We're gonna use this card for Big. Got it? Cool. So the question was, let me just go back to the question again because somebody asked me the question. Basically, I'm assuming what is the relationship like between him and Pac, right? Let me just shuffle up the cards. Just dealing with the situation between him and Tupac and where things are. How does he feel about it? How does he feel about the situation between him and Tupac and the demise of the outcomes that happened in their life? All right. So one more time. I hear one more time. All right. Okay. 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 Alrighty. Good to know. All right. So let's start off right here. Got Big right here. Got Pac right here. Cool. This is something to where, again, this is like focusing on their creativity. It's like more playful. That's what I get. Like they're still very creative. You know what I'm saying? Like having a lot of respect for each other on a creative level. Understanding that that Big was definitely more East Coast and definitely had the more, hip hop, King of New York type of feel to him, but still respecting. It's like they have a mutual respect for each other because he can come from the East Coast and then go out West and just completely dominate the whole coast. You know what I'm saying? Two kings that are from New York that just have this like playful lyricism that they used to have. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's very playful. Like they're just enjoying their time. And in the past, it's showing me patience. This took time, in order to heal between the both of them. This was not like an easy journey to get to where it is. This took time for them to understand the karmic lessons pertaining to the decisions that they made. They know that they were supposed to probably go through these decisions in order to fulfill past karmic situations to understand what they were going through. Feeling imprisoned by specific attachments in the situations that they were bounded through from previous lives into what they went through together. You know what I'm saying? This is something that they had to go through together. It's like I keep hearing Gemini twins. You know what I'm saying? Like these are two twins that it's like that whole Cain and Abel thing. That's kind of like what was created, or what happened to create this dialogue. But they had to sit back and realize that there was a bigger karmic picture that was happening, with Pac and with himself. You understand? Like this takes a minute of maturity to kind of come to fruition, to see like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We two both talented people and the world just straight up trying to play us, like sometimes that's just what it is, that's just what it is. And funny enough, speaking about certain situations pertaining to their death, I keep seeing this card right here, and he's talking about blossoming abundance. They're both talking about a situation to where, again, this has benefited a lot of people who have made money from this situation. And there is a female that knows a lot more, that knows about the game plan, that knows about how certain things were strategized between both of these men. They keep saying that there's a female that knows, basically. There's a female out there that knows what happened. But the thing that I keep getting is that, like, I feel like she's either getting hush money or she's trying, like, people are trying to keep her quiet, and I keep feeling like she wants to write about this. Like, she wants to talk, like, write about this. And she's not too sure what to do. Like, it's like going back and forth. They keep saying this right here, Angel of Strength, is basically like kind of trying to push her, give her the courage to speak up and say what she needs to say. Having recollections in her, in her third eye, and trusting her guidance on when to come out and say it, because she doesn't want to do it too soon. And she's afraid, I guess. She's just trying to find clarity and wisdom on the situation. But here's a problem though. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I just keep feeling like, again, this is somebody right here that I keep feeling like, okay, I'm going to just say it like this. I feel like this could either be like a female lawyer, or I feel like somebody is reading this book like Faith and they're trying to like stop it, trying to cut this shit out, like just trying to, I don't know why, I don't know who this is. Like I feel like it could be Faith because thinking woman is more of an air sign, but walking away, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just can't understand why. Maybe she thinks that people are trying to sensationalize off of his legacy. But I just kind of feel like there could be so much more that could be explained. You know what I'm saying? Like so many answers that could be explained from what she knows. You know what I'm saying? There could be so many things that could be answered for both of these men, to find resolve for both of their murders. It's just complicated, man. It's just some complicated ass shit. You know, it's like just trying to filter through everybody's emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it just gets really, really extra and messy. Now I'm gonna go back to Oriah really quick. Oriah, I know that you wanted me to ask like if Puff was involved, right? See, I get back to everybody. I get back to people's questions and different things like that. I really do. I try to touch base with everybody and try to, you know, get to everyone. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna use this as Puff, all right? All right, so this is man holding a heart. This is more like a water sign card, right? Got these two dudes right here. We got Big right here. We got forgive me, Tupac right here. Got Tupac right here. All right. So Tupac, Big, Diddy. Now this is gonna be fun because I want to see how, you know, what these cards have to say as far as involvement or anything like that. Was Puff involved? I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I've already said that Suge has a lot to do with it. I mean, it is what it is. And I think I've already said certain conversations were had behind the scenes too, but let's just entertain the question again. I just want to see what the cards have to say and how they feel about things pertaining to Big, Tupac, and Puff. I'm just picking up how they, okay. This is interesting. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to the truth here. Okay. Got these two. We're asking about, does Puffy know? Archangel Michael is in the subconscious mind, which means that this is more of an earthbound energy, and it's kind of confirming like, hey, certain people are aware of certain things that happen on this earth, but there are people that are actually coming in order to fight demons that people can't see. That's what Archangel Michael is all about. Bringing order to the root chakra, bringing order to earth, basically. Someone stepping up. And I said this before. All right? Even dealing with, look at this, victory in the past. Victory in the past. This is what's successful. What was done that was so successful? Help me understand that. What was done that was so successful? I'm gonna just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Someone's being very quiet because in the situation is the moon card. This moon card, it talks about holding on to a lot of secrets. Again, another, look at that, female wanting to write, a female wanting to speak up, a female wanting to dialogue what's going on, a female wanting to communicate, but she feels like people are trying to stop her, feeling heartbroken, taking on all of that responsibility for you know, for talking about this situation, because people are trying to pay her off, like I showed y'all before, paying her off to stay quiet or to cut a check, and she still has this stuff in her mind. Look at that, showing you this same woman, showing you, look at that, the two women, look at that, hold up, let me show you. Two women that know things. One wants to speak up, one doesn't. One is doing her best to try to follow her heart and hoping that she's appreciated about it. Other people are trying to bring up the past and shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. That is what I see. And this person knows a lot of detailed information about not only, look at that. Well, I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, what will happen to her if she says how she feels, right? And I'm thinking this in my mind. What will happen to her if she says how she feels? If she wants to put it into a book and say, yo, this is how this went down. This is how things were set up. This is how, you know what I'm saying? This is how certain shit went down, because it would throw a lot of people under the bus. But what she's afraid of is that the media is going to take it. The media is going to take this information and just make a fucking fool out of her. And then there's just going to be some random story popping up on somebody that just so happens to just happen to them. Do you understand what I mean? This is not an easy situation to deal with. And there's a lot of complicated things that were going on. A lot of complicated situations that were going on. And she feels like, what do I do? You know, what do I do? Because I want to get this off of my mind. Of course, it would be good to be creative and have success off of this. But will people throw me under the bus? Will people retaliate for saying what it is that I want to say and get it off of my chest? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. It's very complicated. There was an interview where Faith said she knows who did it. I'm assuming, is that what you're saying, Soul Sister? I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say. Again, I'm not too sure who Ebony is, Kim Porter's friend. I'm not too sure who that is. I'm just kind of picking up on that female's energy. So let me just go through, let me see. I'm just trying to see that I'm making sure that I'm going through everything. Really quick, this is what I'm going to say, because a lot of people don't understand this when it comes down to this. It's a complicated situation. Look at that. Nowhere to turn. Indecision. Nowhere to turn. Nowhere to go. This was a storm that was happening. And I'm going to ask, like, really quick, okay? I'm going to ask a specific question pertaining to, you know, to Big's death, pertaining to Big, and pertaining to Pac's death. You know what I'm saying? Because these are related. Like, there's no question about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no question about it. And I want to know, here's the question that a lot of people aren't asking, okay? The real question is, were the feds involved? And did the hip hop police or the feds give orders to two big labels in order to make a situation happen for everybody's benefit? That's the real motherfucking question. That's my question. I'm gonna just ask that because I really want to know. You know what I'm saying? Two great kings that were just trying to make money, but they have to be utilized in a way to create complete propaganda, to degrade and lower the consciousness of an entire community of people. Shit. They're not playing, yo. Okay. Yeah, buddy. It's most definitely a thing. Okay, this is crazy. So here we go. I'm going to say yes. Because this deceit card in the past is talking about different people exchanging hands and kind of like making the deal with the devil. You know what I'm saying? Making the deal with the devil. I'm sorry. I'm just like blown away by the cards that I have right now, like that I'm looking at. Look at that. This female keep coming up, bro. This female keep coming up. Holding on to the attachments, holding on to the information that she knows. Holding on to the information that she knows. And it's not to say that she was involved, it's just that she knew a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's very complicated because there's this no snitching type of thing, but she knows. It's like she knows. And it hurts her because she's trying to find healing from it, but she's not getting any type of healing from it. You know, that's in the situation. Not finding any healing from this. This makes a lot of sense because I don't know who she's involved with. I'm assuming she's probably involved with Big, since we're more so focused on Big. But this person, again, lover's card, caring connections, had some sort of intimate relationship with either one of these men. I feel like it's more Big than anything. Knowing a lot more than what she knows, you know, trying to be patient, trying to figure out what to do, trying to find peace within herself, but also wanting to present certain things to the world and just get it off of her chest. But again, this is like a shitstorm, you know, people making crazy accusations about her speaking up and about influences from higher authorities behind these two men's situation, behind their death. Going through financial issues with this particular project. And I guess maybe that's why she just keeps, you know, thinking like maybe I should just be comfortable with where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like just be comfortable with where I'm at and just, you know, do what I'm doing. And she just keeps trying to figure out what to do, you know? She knows that it's spiritually good for her to release this and get this off of her consciousness. But I think that she's really nervous about the backlash of all of this. She's really concerned about the backlash of speaking her mind. And that's just what I feel. Like they just keep bringing her up. They keep talking about her and bringing her up. And I have a feeling like I might know who that is, but I'm just not going to put them on blast like that because I think they know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. It's really crazy. Guilt is killing the woman. Shake my head. Yes, it is. Most definitely. I'm just making sure that I'm going through everybody's stuff. It is. She should said it right. I'm sure she's afraid also. Yes, she is. Let me see. I think I've answered everybody's questions for the most part. I don't think that I'm missing anything. Let me just read this at the bottom. But these young rappers coming into the game need to go and look back on the way things was going down with Pac and Big and see what happened to Nipsey, Pop Smoke, Juice WRLD. Yeah, of course. You know, like it's a tragic situation, but you have to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like if everybody could just make money and just do what they were doing, everybody would be chilling. Everybody would be eating nice. But you have to understand something, and I think that a lot of people don't get, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And let me just shuffle really quick. You know, it's a bigger circumstance. It's a bigger situation. I want to ask him, how does he feel about hip hop? How does he feel about, you know, certain things when it comes down to the game, basically? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I just keep feeling like, again, look at that. Unnecessary conflicts Everybody loses. Nobody wins in this game. Upset. Nobody wins. Nobody wins in losing a father. Nobody wins in losing, losing this aspects of a Tupac, a new age Tupac, and a possible new age rapping Jamaican Marcus Garvey that could have taken his opinions to the streets and could have evolved, this opportunity for people to change, you know what I'm saying? Or for people to feel related in their struggles or their own personal depression. Like Big, I feel like, like he had, a lot of his classy songs and everything, but some of his songs, they were really heavy. It was really dark, you know what I'm saying? Like very conflicted energy that was going on inside of him. But I feel like before all of these other, rappers with tattoos and drug problems came onto the scene, he was like one of the first rappers that really, expressed like going through suicidal issues or just going through the struggles of life and wondering what was the purpose of life. And I think that he was trying to, I'm not really freeballing, but I feel like maybe he's trying to explain that a little bit clearer. Like, because people say, oh, well, he sang about death all the time, like that's some sort of excuse for people to be shot and killed, or like they're speaking death upon their lives or whatever. You never know what people are going through in the moment, if they're dealing with depression, if they're dealing with certain struggles or whatever it is, and they're just trying to figure out what's the purpose in life because they're at a crossroads or they're in a rough position in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like when you deal with a situation where money is starting to come in a little bit more, yeah, things get a little stressful and hectic. But I'm sure that he figured out a way to appreciate the fact that he, wanted to be a better father, that he wanted to be a better man, and that when you see someone that you used to hang out with on a regular basis get gunned down, and then you're looking at your own fate before on TV through somebody else that you were close with, does that not like kind of shake up your life a bit? Does that not really want you to, you know what I'm saying, to push forward and move and hope that you can actually, grow into a better person and evolve? No, it's cut short because other people ain't thinking about your feelings. Other people aren't thinking about how you feel or what's going on with you. They're only thinking about money. They're only thinking about deception. They're only thinking about media. You know what I'm saying? And I need to just speak that out, like for real. All right, so talking about how he feels about the industry. Wishing that he understood the secrets, walking down a path. The moon card is always talking about walking down a specific path and not knowing where your journey is going. Not actually seeing it for what it truly is. It's like he's kind of showing me kind of like a bear trap. That's kind of what he's showing me, like strange bear trap, you know what I'm saying? He knows that hip hop is his destiny, so it's like he can't really feel too hurt about it or whatever, but he wishes that he could understand all the secrets, all of the traps, you know what I'm saying? And again, temperance, just being patient with himself, having to battle and go through how people become possessive, how people treat you like a material possession, you know what I'm saying? Looking out and realizing that all friends from your hood or certain people that are around you really don't love you like that. They really look at you like you're on a different caliber than them, because the Six of Cups is in the situation, okay? Meaning like, not really trusting your environment or the people that say that they're going to look out for you like they're supposed to look out for you, and they're the main ones leading you down a very complicated path, okay? Very complicated path for their own personal benefit. He knows that certain secrets are going to come to light, basically. He seems to be very much, again, like just, just very much looking out for his children, focused on his children, focused on, again, taking care of the welfare of his daughter. I don't know why he keeps like wanting to put, his focus on his little girl. this must be her focusing on, the baby or, he calls her, he calls her, he's like, that's the baby. That's my baby. Like, I don't care. He has a son too, but his son is set. He's like, my son is set. I'm just making sure my daughter's good. Like, I need to make sure my baby's good and that she has everything that she needs. And then I'm going to just keep it pushing, I'm going to keep it moving on to the next chapter in life because that's what it's about. And I guess that's all it is that I have to say, like, and, pertaining to that. But he just wants this game or this situation to be good to his family. That's all he cares about. He's like, I'm tired of, all this snake bullshit, people fighting over my money, people trying to possess me and hold on to certain things. And I wish that I was a bit more business savvy when it comes down to aspects of my life, But, I guess that's what it is, so I'm good. He seems to be pretty happy with, what it is that I've done. But I think that's all he wants to say, because every time I see that 8 of Cups, he's like, I'm done. That's it. We're done talking. So I appreciate you guys joining and coming in. I know that you guys are waiting for the next segment of my reading, and we're going to jump into that in a minute, but I do need like a little 15-minute break, you know what I'm saying? Before I jump into the segment with Floyd Mayweather's ex. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for supporting. Like, subscribe, share, do what y'all gotta do. Y'all want to book me, y'all know where to find me. All the links will be below in the description. And I appreciate all of you for what you all have done. Someone's asking me, will he come back? Okay, just really quick. This is a journey for him. I think that maybe he's in a position to where he's just wanting to explore different options in life. So I hope that answers your question, okay? He just wants to really be in a space to where he experiences another phase in his life, making different choices, for his life, if he does decide to reincarnate and come back. So I appreciate all of you. Love you guys so much. I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and then check into that other reading. So stay tuned.